What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy JNarKK Crystal. Today we are doing the Cincinnati Bengals rebuild, my second favorite team in the NFL, and they just won their game last night against the Jaguars, who are now 0-4 to start Trevor Lawrence's season. But this is what our team is looking like. A pretty solid looking team. I feel like I'm gonna get rid of Auden Tate, probably trade him for like a guard possibly. Defense is not too bad either. I want to change up our scheme from a 4-3 to a 3-4. I feel like a 3-4 will get us way more pressure, and a base 3-4 gets us a lot here. And for us being a base 3-4, I'm gonna move Logan Wilson to be let's see, because our D-line is not too bad. I'm gonna move Logan Wilson to be a middle linebacker, so we'll have that set up perfectly with him and Jermaine Pratt. And because he's a pass coverage outside linebacker, so it only makes sense. Move him to middle. That should help us out. We're going to be missing like some pass rushing though. So I changed him to that. And our corners aren't too bad, but to make us like a playoff contender like this season, I feel like we'll definitely have to make that adjustment. But I think I'm going to trade like Auden Tate for a guard. I think Auden Tate for a guard would not be bad. Bills, we're looking for a right guard or a right tackle. Right guard, they don't have anyone. Right tackle, they have Darrell Williams. Right guard and right tackle, they don't have anyone good. Browns, I doubt I'd be able to get Wyatt Teller. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get him. Buccaneers, their right guard is Alex Kappa and Tristan Wirfs. Auden Tate for Alex Kappa straight up would probably go through. It did, so we got a new right guard. Perfect. Running back is good. Receivers are good. I like our three right here. Tight end is okay for now. Offensive line is okay as well too. Defense, yeah, our D line isn't too bad. We got Larry Ogunjobi, BJ Hill, DJ Reader. I feel like with our middle linebackers are straight. I feel like we definitely need an outside linebacker, so I'm gonna see if like trading away one of our D tackles could assist us. Let's see what the cap would be like if we got rid of any of these guys here. So first and foremost, let's look at a D tackle, see who we could possibly move. So basically, BJ Hill would be a guy we wouldn't take a penalty for moving, so we're gonna go with him. Yeah, we're gonna move BJ Hill, and I wanted to see if there's any corners we can move without taking a penalty. We got Eli Apple, who we could move, but I think I'll just keep him around. So we're gonna keep our corners the same. Cardo Allen's injured from the looks of it too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trade BJ Hill for an outside linebacker, like just a pass rushing outside linebacker. I think that would work out really well, because if we're running a 3-4, we're not gonna really need that much rotation on our D line or with our tackles, because we'll have DJ Reader and Larry Ogunjobi. So let's find if we could find a suitor for him. BJ Hill is getting interest from the Bears. We need a left outside linebacker. Clomax straight up obviously would not work. We're gonna have to go for way more. Broncos, they have Von Miller. I doubt this would go through. Yeah, obviously not. BJ Hill is gaining a lot of interest though, which is very nice to see. So I want to get like a solid outside linebacker to pass rush for us. Brandon Scarlett, I'm good on that. Doesn't seem like there's many good options right now. I mean, Romeo Okarwa, he's a 78. We could go for Rashawn Gary. Maybe Zadarius Smith. If we could get Zadarius Smith, that'd be fire, but we obviously can't. But I think we could get Rashawn Gary. So we'll pick up Rashawn Gary. Throw in BJ Hill. We're giving the Packers a D tackle, which is needed too. So we give them a D tackle in our 6 for Rashawn Gary. Perfect. So we got our new left outside linebacker. Now we're actually looking pretty solid. We got a good pass rusher in Rashawn Gary. Our defense is now an 80. So I'm going to show you guys the lineup before we head into this first season of the rebuild with Joe Burrow and the Bengals. But for offense, we only picked up Alex Kappa. We traded away Auden Tate for him. And receivers are pretty solid. Defense, change it up. We got Rashawn Gary pass rushing. And why is Logan Wilson? All right, I got to fix the depth chart there. But D-line's pretty solid. The corners are good. So I'm going to fix the depth chart. And then we're going to just sim and see how we do. All right, so we ended up going 7-10. While Browns went 11-6 and Ravens went 14-3. Better than what they did the past season, I'd say. 7-10 isn't like crazy. Definitely moves we can make for sure. But let's see how we did statistically. See what needs to be changed up for our team. It looks like Khalil Mack had 35 sacks. Is that 35 sacks? I mean, Von Miller had 35 sacks. Von Miller had 35 sacks in an 18-game season. But Joe Burrow, though, was 4th in passing yards and 15th in passing TDs. Our offense was 8th overall, and our defense was 11th. 30 touchdowns, 17 picks for Joe Burrow. Joe Mixon got injured, so that's why he didn't have that good of a season. Jamar Chase, 83 catches, 1,200 yards, 11 TDs. Great rookie season for him. Defense, Sam Hubbard had 11 sacks. Von Bell had 6 picks. Larry Ogunjobi had 6 sacks. DJ Reed had 5. Pretty nice from our D-line. Von Bell had 6 picks, which is quite a bit. But 35 sacks? Guys, 35 sacks. He had 35 sacks. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. We had 6 picks tied with our guy was tied. 35 sacks for Von Miller. Bro, what? How do you get 35 sacks? Okay. So Von Miller had a day. Let's just say he had a day for sure. I want to see him make the Pro Bowl. I feel like Joe Burrow maybe could have, because he was pretty high in the passing yards. Super Bowl is Seahawks Chiefs. Obviously, with the 35 sacks Von Miller had, he did not make the Pro Bowl still. Joe Burrow did not make it either. Jamar Chase did, though, which is amazing to see. And then from our offensive line, no one made it. Sam Hubbard made it because he had 11 sacks, which is nice. Von Miller, of course. Middle linebackers, no one made it. Cornerbacks, no one made it. Von Bell definitely made it, though. That's for sure. And our punter made it, too. So we had a couple Pro Bowlers here and there. Jamar Chase had a great rookie season, so he's going to perform very nice for us. Super Bowl is Seahawks Chiefs. We're going to see who takes that. And then Chiefs ended up winning the Super Bowl 28-20. Patrick Mahomes won everything. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Fields. Defensive Player of the Year went to Von Miller. Very, very interesting. Okay, so now we're in the resigning players. We have about $65 million available. And let's go through that. Let's see what we need to pick up here. Jesse Bates, our free safety. Definitely got to re-sign him long term. That's without a doubt. Without a doubt, we got to re-sign him long term. We get him back. Ricardo Allen was injured, so we're not going to re-sign him. Larry Ogunjobi on a 1-year deal. He did pretty solid. He was our second leader for sacks, so we're going to get him back for a 1-year deal. Darius Phillips, one of our corners. We're going to keep him around. He's only 26, so we're going to pick him up too. Alex Kappa, we traded for him in the beginning of the season, so I like him as a guard, so we're going to keep him around. He's a pretty big guard too. Eli Apple, just for depth, for the cornerback position, we'll re-sign him. We got Quinton Spain, a 1-year deal worth about $4.5 million. We could pick him up. We'll pick him up for about $5 million. We get him back for 1 more season. Riley Reef, we're gonna let walk. Kevin Huber just made the Pro Bowl, but he's a 64 overall now, so we're just gonna let him go. The rest of these guys too, we're just gonna let them go and keep it pushing. So now we'll have about $24 million available in cap. We can make some moves, trade some players, see what we can do here. So we have about $25 million, they say. Devontae Adams is a free agent. Von Miller, who just had that crazy season, is a free agent now too. Cornerbacks, we're doing all right with the cornerbacks position for right now. Right outside linebacker, I'm going to sign Malik Reed to the deal. I feel like he'll be a beast for us. He's a speed rusher, and he's only 26, so hopefully he could do his thing for us, Linebackers are good. I like our crew that we're working with here. And then Brendan Scarlett, we'll just get him as a backup, just for that veteran presence. Right end, we just have Hendrickson, but he needs to perform in order to keep his spot on the team for sure. Sam Hubbard had a good season. So, and right tackle, we have nobody. Left tackle, if we could sign someone and then move him, but we got Teron Armstead. He's a 95 overall. Tight ends, we don't have any tight ends on our team. So I think it would be nice if we picked up someone. Maybe like a younger guy. Gerald Everett, get him on a 4-year deal. Gives Joe Burrow a nice target to throw to. And then I still feel like offensive line, we're probably gonna even have to trade for someone. But let's see. We advance to next week. See if we can pick up these guys that we just tried to go for. So we got our new linebackers and tight end. Perfect. Let's go to the trade center. I'm thinking like I'm trying to think of a team that has like a lot of options at the tackle position, because there's never really a good tackle for me when it's draft season, when it's drafting time. So that's like the only downside of it. But right tackle, Jack Conklin, but he's a little bit of bread. He's about 12 million. He just made the Pro Bowl though, I believe. But maybe Braden Smith. Maybe we could try to get him. He's only 26. Nah, we'd have to go up a lot for him. They want a quarterback too, so that would be a no can do. Mike McGlinchey, he's about 10 million. He's 27. He could be solid, you know, but I might, or maybe Penei Sewell. Nah, he's one of their first round picks. They're definitely not letting him go. Taylor Moton, maybe. He's about 16 million. No. Rob Havenstein's 30. Juwan James and Alejandro Villanueva, some old dudes. Yeah, there's no real good like right tackles on the block. I mean, Brian O'Neill could work. Okay, so they're interested. I'm gonna give them a third for Brian O'Neill. I think this would go through. We just got our new starting right tackle. Perfect. And now we short up that offensive line position. So we advance to next week. They said we're looking for a center. And Wyatt Hubert's back. I'm gonna see what centers are available. We have about 10 million left. So, and for center, we just have Trey Hopkins. So yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that for right now. We probably have to draft someone. I'm thinking of releasing the guys that are taking up cap, like Trey Waynes probably, and our center too. Our center's gonna take up some cap, and he's already 30, so he's just there to get pass rushed and get bullied pretty much. And then Trey Waynes regressed heavily, so we're gonna release him too. So with our first 2 picks, we're probably gonna go for like a center and a corner. So whatever that works. But let's advance to the draft. So we have the 12th pick in the NFL draft, so we're going to send to that. Hopefully there's a good, solid corner left. If not, we could go with a center too. Scouted. Let's go by center first. They have a kid in the 2nd round. His name is Ricky Sawyer. I think I'll draft him if he's still around. And then at corner, they have... Oh, they have a good amount. They have a kid named Rashawn Clark. He's a late 1st rounder. He's first in just about everything. He's the strongest and fastest corner in his draft. We also have a kid named Tim Meeks. He's a mid-1st rounder. Doesn't seem too bad either. We also have Jamie Bush. He's a mid-1st rounder. He looks pretty fast and he has good height on him too. And we have a kid named Mello Coleman. He's a mid-1st rounder. A lot of good solid corners here. I think I'll go with I would go with the highest combine grade. Yeah, we'll go with the highest combine grade in Rashawn Clark. He's a 73 overall. We're going to have to develop him. The good thing is we already have corners, so it's not too big of a hit getting him. And then now we go into the 2nd round. Hopefully that center is still around. If not, we can maybe go for a guard. But at the center position, he's not around anymore, so they picked him up. Makes sense. So I guess with that position being gone as well too, we can always get an outside linebacker too to help out. Or maybe a tight end. The tight end, if they have any, they do. They have a kid named Drew Griffin. Mid-1st, we'll pick him up. 76 overall to be a backup to Gerald Everett. That's going to be pretty nice. And we're going to sim through the rest of this draft. Now we look at the draft recap. After getting those 2 positions, we got a safety, a center, and a running back. Corey Newen. I thought that was going to be Cam Newen. But The only position we didn't really shore up was the center position, which is our only lacking one. So I feel like we should trade like a third or a fourth for someone's young center. So we're looking for a center here. We go to 4th rounder. Anyone that has like a young center could work. I don't think I'd want to go for a veteran, so Creed Humphrey could be a guy we take from the Chiefs. Give them a 4 for Creed Humphrey. Oh wow, it's gonna take a lot more than that apparently. Okay, so we gotta keep looking for our center, our future center. Ricky Sawyer came out to be a 71, so that's interesting. So it wouldn't have been that crazy if we picked him up in the 2nd round. So I guess we dodged one there. Packers ended up signing Trey Hopkins. I think I'll trade for Josh Myers. I mean, if I can't get Frank Ragnow, who's 26, then I'll just go for Josh Myers. I'll go for Josh Myers because I feel like he'll be pretty solid. They can't even afford him. Can't even afford to get rid of him. Okay, so that's fantastic. Bradley, oh, we could go Eric McCoy. Nah, but he's their starter. They're not going to let him go. Bradley Bozeman, I feel like they would let go. All right, bet. So we just got our new starting center in Bradley Bozeman, who used to play guard. So that's nice. So now our team is going to be looking pretty solid in the 2nd year of the rebuild. Joe Burrow's chilling here in his 2nd year. We have to just get a 2nd string running back or quarterback. Offensive line, we picked up Brian O'Neill and Bradley Bozeman, so that's pretty nice. Tight end, we signed Gerald Everett. We also have Griffin, who will be the gem to look at. Linebackers, we picked up Malik Reed to pass rush, and we also have Rashawn Gary. So our pass rushing is going to be pretty nice. Corners are not too bad either. We have a great solid crew all around. So I'm going to sign a backup safety and quarterback, and then we're going to sim through the season. So let's see if we made the playoffs. Wow, so we made the playoffs going 12-5. Yo, this division is crazy. The Browns went 13-4. We went 12-5. Ravens went 12-5, and the Steelers went 6-11. So we had 3 teams going with more than 12 wins, which is insane. We didn't win our division though, but we didn't finish badly. We just lost to the Ravens 28-17 too, so we probably could have had that 13th win. But nonetheless, we're looking pretty solid, I'd say. None of our guys are there statistically, so let's find out what we did. Our offense was 6th. Joe Burrow was 5th in passing TDs and 12th in passing yards, and our defense was 11th. So Joe Burrow, 36 touchdowns, 8 picks, 114 pass rating. Joe Mixon, 1,500 yards, 15 TDs. T. Higgins had 1,000 yards. Jamar Chase had 1,000 yards. Tyler Boyd had 931. And then Gerald Everett did all right. Defense, Logan Wilson led the team in tackles. Trey Hendrickson had 11 sacks. He led the team. And then we had a good amount of interceptions all around. Not too bad. So, okay, so we made the playoffs. We're facing the 8-9 Jaguars. Facing Trevor Lawrence. And we ended up taking a W, 38-20. We got 2 new injuries from that W. Our 2 new injuries, DJ Reader tore his labrum, and we just lost our left tackle. Oh, we're facing Lamar Jackson too. So we lost our best tackle. But we're home, though. We're playing against Lamar Jackson. And I don't know what we can do for our roster for them being like that. So left tackle, we're just going to have Isaiah Prince. Holy crap. We're going to have an OD amount of protection. There's literally nothing we can do. Our offensive line, we're just missing out. We can't do anything about it. We can't do anything about that missing position. So I guess we just got to deal with it. Deal with Lamar Jackson. We got home field advantage, so maybe that changes things up. We actually took a W, 34-24. So we beat the Ravens this go-around. Lit. This is lit. AFC Conference Championship is against the Browns. They're in our division. Bengals versus Browns in the Conference Championship. This could go either way. This could go either way. And I don't know. But I'm feeling confident with our guys. They have a high-powered team, but we believe. We believe. So we believe. And we took an L by a touchdown. Damn, we lost just by 7. We lost just by 7. Super Bowl this year is Panthers-Browns. Wow. Wow. So we went to the Conference Championship. Not too bad. Let's see what guys made the Pro Bowl. Joe Burrow made it. Joe Mixon made it. Jamar Chase made it. Offensive line. None of our guys. D-line, Trey Hendrickson made it. Pretty nice. Oh, Hill made it. So that means he's balling out wherever he got sent to. And corners, Mike Hilton made it too. That's pretty nice. Damn, that's tough. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Our contract got extended though. We get to upgrade. Oh no, we get to upgrade our players. Oh my god, I didn't even click all these buttons. Joe Burrow gets an upgrade. I think because he made the Pro Bowl, that's pretty nice. DJ Reader's back from injury. It'd be nice having him, you know. But we lost 31-38. Wow, Panthers blasted the Browns 33-6. Colin Kaepernick won Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson won NFL MVP. Our coach won Coach of the Year, so that's pretty good. So it was very mixed on what happened here, but not too bad. I want to see how those games went. I did not expect the Browns to get blasted by the Panthers like that, but you know, I guess it makes sense. So against the Jaguars, Joe Burrow against Trevor Lawrence, 146 passer rating for Joe Burrow, so he was on fire. And then the running attack kind of went to the Jaguars for sure. Receivers though, our receivers did pretty nice. And we only had 1 sack, and that came from Rashawn Gary. So he came up big. So we ended up winning that game. Against the Ravens, this is one I thought we could possibly lose, but we did pretty good. Lamar had 270 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, and he got sacked once. We got sacked 3 times, and Joe Burrow threw 3 touchdowns, but only had 165 yards. Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine, they both did great running the ball, so they couldn't stop our rush attack. Gerald Everett came to life for sure. Defense, Trey Hendrickson balled out for us, got a sack, but their defense got on us too. And then interceptions, Eli Apple got a pick for us that helped us out. And against the Browns, which I kind of was hoping we would win, Joe Burrow and Baker went back-to-back just throwing bombs at each other. Baker had 352 passing yards, 148 passer rating, didn't get sacked, didn't get to throw a pick. Joe Burrow had 126 passer rating, 325 yards, got sacked 3 times though. Our rushing attack was kind of even all around, I'd say. Receivers, OBJ was killing us. So it was a very close game, probably one of the more entertaining games. But we didn't get any pressure, so that's a big thing. That's a big thing. We didn't get any pressure, so maybe that could be the reason. But that's a good season overall. I feel like one more season could bless us. So let's resign our players. Got Rashawn Gary. He wants a 5-year deal. He hasn't done much, but I have faith in him. So we're going to re-sign him to the deal. Von Bell has played pretty solid. He made the Pro Bowl his first season with us, so we gave him a deal. We got our starting left tackle, who we definitely got to re-sign. He has a ruptured disc, but he'll be back. He's been pretty solid for us too, so we're going to re-sign him. Larry Ogunjobi's turned 29. We could get a backup. Jermaine Pratt, I feel like we could definitely get him back. It'll be nice for us in the middle. Samaje Perine has been a great number 2, so if we could re-sign him, that'd be great. We do. Rayshawn Jenkins was our backup safety. Could re-sign him. He would like to play for a new team next year. And then the rest of these guys, we're going to let them go. So basically what we have to work on is just like getting some a guard, center. Let's see what we can do here. As we are in the first week of free agency, we could use our picks for like D linemen and guards, so that's not too bad. Derwin James is a free agent. That's very surprising. Derwin James is a free agent. That'd be nice to have. We don't have a guard, so I feel like that'll be something we'll pick up in the draft. Center's alright. Rest of our offensive line isn't too crazy. Left end is Sam Hubbard still. D tackle, I feel like we should pick up someone. Quinton Williams would be a nice pickup for the team for sure. 104 total points for him. I feel like he'd be a great asset to our squad. Grady Jarrett's probably gonna go to the Packers. Linebackers aren't too bad. We just need more out of them when it comes to this next upcoming season. So I'm gonna see if there's any players we can release so we can get more caps, so we can try to get Quinton Williams. I feel like he'd help out our D line tremendously. So maybe getting rid of DJ Reader could be the case for that. He's 29, but we're getting a younger option who has a way higher ceiling than him, so that could work. Tyler Boyd, I think I'm going to trade him because he hasn't amassed over 1,000 yards both seasons. So, you know, that's a thing. And Chidobe Awuzie, we're going to keep him around. I'm going to keep our corners around because they did their thing holding down, being locked down. So, yeah, so we'll trade away. We'll release Brendan. Now, we'll keep Brendan Scarlett for one more season. He's just going to be there just as depth. But we could trade Tyler Boyd for a huge, huge piece here. And I feel like whoever we trade him for will be happy with their pick for sure with getting that. So, I want to go for someone solid, though. If we're going to trade away Tyler Boyd, we got to go for someone very solid, someone who's going to be like a game changer for our team. So, like a cornerback, like Tre'Davious White, Tyler Boyd. That wouldn't work, obviously, but right outside linebacker, they want us to get one. Tyler Boyd for Bradley Chubb. They say that would go through. Bradley Chubb isn't a bad player either. Maybe we could go Patrick Surtain and Bradley Chubb for Tyler Boyd and a first. I doubt this would go through, but I'm just testing whatever. Wow, that actually went through. I was not expecting that. Damn, I was actually not expecting it at all. At all to go through. Okay, so that just went through. We got Malik Reed, who we still got to get rid of, though. We picked up Bradley Chubb. We have Patrick Surtain, too, which I still surprised that went through. So now we have to look at our corners, evaluate that, see who has to go. Maybe get rid of Chidobe Awuzie. He's a star, though, so maybe we could trade him. Trade Chidobe Awuzie and Eli Apple. Alright, so Chidobe Awuzie and Eli Apple. Okay, we could do that. We could do that. And Malik Reed, too. Chidobe Awuzie and Eli Apple. So 2 corners and Eli Apple. 2 solid corners. I just gotta see if they get greens anywhere. So Chargers, they're very interested. Let's see what they got here. They don't really got anything I like here. So we're gonna move to the next team that could be very interested. Dolphins are very interested. I'm looking for a guard. I'm looking for a high overall guard. So maybe the Colts. I want Quentin Nelson. Alright, so they're not going to give me Quentin Nelson. Okay, makes sense. Sorry to bother you guys. Because we're going to just give both of them straight up. Just for a guard. So, Ezra Cleveland could work for us. We give them Eli Apple straight up for Ezra Cleveland. They say they don't think that would work. So maybe Mike Hilton. No, not Mike Hilton. Chidobe Awuzie. Chidobe Awuzie. Boom. Perfect. We just got a new left guard. And then as we need a D tackle. Yeah, we need a D tackle bad. We can see if we could trade away Eli Apple. Because I like our 2 receivers. We have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So we're going to probably end up drafting someone. But I'm going to see if we could go with giving up Eli Apple for like another depth D tackle. I feel like that could work out. And then we could keep unless we... Okay, no, someone's missing. That kid we drafted is missing, but nonetheless, we'll be alright. So, D tackle. BJ Hill, get BJ Hill back to the team. Give them Eli Apple for BJ Hill. But we get him back on the squad. That actually works out really well. Nice, nice. So we have about $29 million available in cap. Quinton Williams rejected us. Oh, I forgot that's who we were going for. That whole time, all of what we were doing was for... Oh, man, was for him. Damn, I forgot about that. Matthew Ioannidis, DJ Reader, Fulakasi. Damn, I forgot all about that. I feel like an idiot now. I'm such an idiot. Alright, but we're just going to sign a backup in Kelvin Beachum. Damn, that actually... Wow, I'm surprised that I just forgot about that entirely. So we're going to head into the draft now. I forgot we were going for Quinton Williams, so I feel dumb. We got Kelvin Beachum, of course, because we gave him a great deal. I think we only have 1 pick in the 2nd round because we traded away our first. So let's start drafting. We're going to just try to get a receiver. Yeah, our pick is 29 in the 2nd round, so we had like 50 picks. Second round, here's our pick. We want a receiver. We have one here in D'Angelo Barber. He's an early second rounder. We're going to draft him. He is a 72 overall, so he'll be our one of our guys from Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And now we look at the draft recaps, see what other rookies we ended up picking up. So we got a right outside linebacker, another receiver, safety, and a quarterback in Jeff Whalen. So we should be pretty nice now. We should be pretty nice. We made the playoffs going 12-5. So this season, we have an 85 defense, 84 offense. Let me show you guys what we're working with, because we traded for some gems for no reason, really. I was just testing luck. So Jamar Chase is now an 86. He's a superstar. With T. Higgins, he's an 84. Barber's a 73. We got Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine, the duo. Joe Burrow's an 83, and he's golden. He's the golden boy. Offensive line is stars all around. Pretty solid. And we got Gerald Everett and Griffin here, our tight end duo. We got Patrick Surtain, who doesn't have a picture. That's pretty weird. But Patrick Surtain, the lockdown corner. We got the rookie, or the second-year player here. We got Mike Hilton still. D-line is pretty solid, I'd say. We picked up Hill again. He's back on the team. We've missed him. And then linebackers, we got Bradley Chubb and Rashawn Gary. We still have Malik Reed, too. So that's pretty nice, actually. I didn't realize we have Malik Reed still. So we have some pass rushing units. So I feel like we'll be pretty nice. So let's send to the playoffs and see if that's the case. The playoffs. We ended up going 10-7. We ended up being second in our division again to the freaking Browns. And this is gonna be a tough one as a rematch from our conference championship. So this game could go either way. Before we get into it though, let's see how we were doing statistically. Let's see if any of our guys was up here on the list here. No one was. So, but we're still a solid team. We're still a playoff team. Our offense was 16th. Joe Burrow was 3rd in passing TDs with 40, and he had 4.4K passing yards. And our defense was 17th. Not too bad. 40 touchdowns, 10 picks for Joe Burrow, 112 passer rating, 1,200 yards rushing, and 9 TDs for Joe Mixon. D'Angelo Barber, our rookie, had 1,100 yards, 10 TDs. So he did his thing. He did his thing for sure. Defensively, let's see. Trey Hendrickson had 9 sacks. B.J. Hill had 6.5. Bradley Chubb had 5. Sean Gary only had 1. And then we had a good amount of interceptions too. Not too bad. So 10-7. You know, we gonna see. Let's see how we do. We're facing against the Browns, so maybe our luck will change around this go around. And it did. We won 42-28. We're back. We got our revenge from the conference championship. They could not handle us that game. T. Higgins dislocated his ankle, but that's fine. We have D'Angelo Barber and Jamar Chase, so that's gonna be a tough one. We're facing the Kansas City Chiefs with their high power offense, but you know, we're not worried, you know. We beat the team that beat us. So we're facing Mahomes. Things could go either way, but let's try our best. We took an L, 35-28. Alright, you know, it's alright. Things happen, you know what I'm saying? We made a playoff caliber team. From just 2 seasons alone, really. We started going back to the playoffs back to back. So, and the conference championship is Colts, Chiefs, Seahawks, Saints. Not bad at all. Let's see how these games went. We got our revenge against the Browns. I think that's what matters the most. We got out of our division. And so let's take a look at that. So we ended up beating the Browns 42-28. We had a lot of yards. Joe Burrow threw a pick and got sacked twice. Didn't throw a TD. But Baker Mayfield didn't do too well either. He threw 3 picks but also had 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon did his thing. He had a touchdown running the ball. So did Antonio Williams. Receivers, Jamar Chase led this time around. This time our guys led. Defense, Myles Garrett, of course. You know, we didn't get a sack, but we got 3 picks. Patrick Surtain had 2 picks, and so did Akeem Davis-Gaver. So Patrick Surtain came out big for us. That's great to see that he came out to help us out. But we ended up losing to the Chiefs. And in this game, we got sacked 3 times, but we threw 2 touchdowns. Mahomes threw a pick and got sacked once. Running backs, they took over the game, really. And defensively, Derek Nottie had 2 sacks on us. We had only 1. And then Patrick Surtain had a pick. So Patrick Surtain was our big steal for this. So that's pretty nice. But with those 3 years, we're obviously trending in the right direction. So, and then it's all basically luck in the playoffs to see if we win it or not. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. This is one of our more positive rebuilds as we had some successful seasons. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you gotta be a fiend to succeed.